Sandy says read, and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to do a review and discussion of Edgar Allan Poe's The 12 Days of Christmas. Is there a glare on this? Probably. Move it a little bit. There you go. This was a weird one. Before we begin, I want to welcome you to subscribe to the channel. The Sandy Says Read channel is all about books. All kinds of bookish things happen here, and if that intrigues you, you should subscribe. Invite your friends to subscribe too, because we do all kinds of bookish things. Right now, we are focusing on the Christmas Reading Challenge. This is a challenge I set up for myself at the beginning of the year. I think I came up with 9 or 10 books. I came up with a few books, a handful, we might say, of Christmas-themed books that I wanted to read and bring to you all during December. I've added a few to it since I did the first video proclaiming the challenge, announcing the challenge was going to happen. So this one, this Edgar Allan Poe's 12 Days of Christmas, this is one of the books that has been added since I announced the challenge. This one I saw, I don't even know how it got fed to me. I don't know. I'm not real sure why. Probably because I like Edgar Allan Poe. Probably. Anyway, I saw this on Amazon. Probably. That's where I ordered it from. I did go to Amazon and order it from there. You guys, this one's a doozy. It's weird. But you know, there's always something good in a book. There's plenty of stuff in here that is good and fun, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to start with the specs, as we do on this channel. This is Edgar Allan Poe's 12 Days of Christmas. This is part of a series. It's the Once Upon a Christmas Dreary series, which is just, it's so clever, right? I mean, you can see why I was drawn to this. Okay, it's by Holly Michele. The copyright for this one was 2023, so I'm almost a year late to the party. This particular book is 42 pages. The description says it's for ages 5 to 12 years, so for readers who are 5 to 12 years old. Let us look at the back cover. The back cover says, on the first day of Christmas, Edgar Allan Poe receives a bust of Pallas for his Christmas tree. On top of it sits a stately raven named Nevermore. He can't wait to see what the rest of the 12 days of Christmas have in store. Wonderful, right? I mean, this sounds like it's right up my alley. Holly Michele is a 2-time Edgar Allan Poe Saturday Visitor Award nominee. I think that's awesome. I had not heard of this award before, and so this is cool. This is something new to me, and I'm excited to learn more about it. She is proud to be from Weird, New Jersey, where she lives with her husband and their 4 fur babies in a haunted farmhouse awaiting the zombie apocalypse. Everything about this sounds like it is right up my alley. Everything about this sounds like I'm going to love and enjoy this. I dove into it expecting to love and enjoy it. So the elements that were disappointing to me were terribly disappointing, but there were a lot of elements I liked, and we're going to talk about all of it. Okay, you guys know here on the channel I do honest reviews and we talk about all the things. So we're going to talk about the good, lots of good, and in some of the things that were disappointing. And the thing that's disappointing, I'm going to say, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, I'm going to say the most negative thing in the world here, and I'm so sorry. This thing is ugly. God, I'm so sorry. To me, in my opinion, the drawings in here, I couldn't get past the sheer, I did not find them pleasing to me. But the other stuff in here was so cool, okay? So let's talk about all the cool, all right? First of all, I wrote down here, I applaud the concept, the education, all the hidden goodies, the hidden gems, the little things you had to find on the pages. I don't applaud the execution. Okay, the author, she also did the illustrations, and the illustrations are what just I was hung up on it. Okay, and I was a little hung up on the meter and rhyme scheme going on too. It was kind of hit and miss, but still the education portion of this was wonderful. So let's talk about that. There's an interesting design going on in here. For as much as I'm sounding so negative about the not beautifulness, there's an interesting, what's the word I'm looking for? There's an interesting medium, I guess is how we could say it. It looks like the author used colored pencils to draw and color in these illustrations. And that is a pretty medium. I'm going to show you. Let's see if I can get it up here. Can you guys tell? I don't want to lose my bookmarks that are in here. Can you guys tell how it looks like colored pencil? Can you see that detail on the camera? Can you see the colored pencil detail, right? Can you see that? Which I think is cool. I think that's neat. And then, it was probably like those pages were colored and then scanned in to be used as the pages of the children's book. And I think that's clever. So that's an interesting design. I wrote interesting design, colored pencils, question mark. So the concept there, that is fabulous. That's cool. And the concept of taking all these elements and all these ideas from Edgar Allan Poe's body of work and inserting them into the 12 Days of Christmas is cool. I love the concept, okay? And we're going to talk about that a little bit because what Michele has done is she's put the Edgar Allan Poe references, purple for all things Poe. So everywhere throughout the story, throughout all the 42 pages, every time there is a word that references something from Poe's body of work, it's in purple. So like Annabel Lee, every time her name is mentioned, it's in purple. And Michele has provided on this first page here, like not a glossary, but like a cheat sheet. And so she says, Annabel Lee. And then she explains who Annabel Lee is. Annabel Lee is a poem by Edgar Allan Poe, published in 1849. Many Poe biographers believe the poem is about Poe's wife. That is awesome. That is educational, and that is great. I love that. The next one up, Bells, in purple. The poem The Bells is an onomatopoeia, use or creation of a word that phonetically imitates, resembles, or suggests the sound that it describes. The poem published in 1849 after Edgar Allan Poe's death. And it just goes through here. Here's the one I want to point out most specifically, Berenice. Berenice is a short horror story about teeth, first published in the Southern Literary Messenger in 1835. Okay, then if we go to another page in the book, we see, in these, there are no page numbers, but we see later in the book, on this page, there's a character, not pretty, there is a character with huge teeth, right? Look at the teeth. The teeth are quite prominent on the page, and it says, I have the love of Berenice, Ligeia, and Morella, and that makes me a lucky fella. Okay, so it's like worked into the rhyme scheme, it's worked into the poem, and there's the character with the teeth. So the idea is in the words and on the page. It's educational, is what I'm trying to say, and I liked that concept coming through. Nicely done. What else did I want to show you guys in here? Toward the beginning of the story, we have him talking. We have the narrator talking about Elvis Presley. It says, the raven with many a flirt and flutter is still sitting high above our Christmas tree, calling out Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley. And then on the next page, we have a lot of diagrams, a lot of illustration going on. And look at, let me get my finger on there correctly. Look at this picture above the fireplace. Is that a velvet Elvis? Is that what that is? Because I love it if it is. That's amazing. I think that's great. But beneath the velvet Elvis, behind this brick, there are two little eyes behind this brick wall. That's a great detail. That's amazing. I love that detail being under the Elvis behind the brick wall. Amazing. Nicely done. Very well. Those little hidden gems like that. So well done. Clever. So clever. Okay. So I wrote down here, very clever way to get kids to dig into more works of Poe. You know, the kids, though, they have to take that intro seriously. You have to look at this. You have to read through this like vocabulary list of Poe words, the purple Poe words. But there are more words. Let me get to this next page. We have a 2-page spread of red words. These red words are red for words you never read. These are vocabulary words that might not be familiar to this age group. Remember the description on Amazon said this is for ages 5 to 12. So you may have 5, 6, 7-year-olds who haven't read the words doppelganger, right? You know, maybe these kids don't know who Elvis Presley is. So here's Elvis Presley. There's a way to pronounce his name, an American singer and actor dubbed the King of Rock and Roll. Okay, there's words that might not be familiar to this younger audience that the author, that Michele, has spelled out for our kids. I thought that was very clever, very well done, very nice. So as you're reading through this and you're getting familiar with new things about Edgar Allan Poe and you're learning new words and there's like this rhyming thing going on, it's very nice. It's a very cool concept. Reading this reminded me of when I was at ConExpo many years ago. ConExpo was held in Vegas, and we were cutting through one of the hotels to get to our car, right? And there was an Edgar Allan Poe impersonator in one of the bars as a promotional shindig. They were doing a promotional thing for a new beer that was coming out. All right, but here's this Edgar Allan Poe impersonator. We're running through the bar, and I'm like, hey, hold up, wait, what? Look at this, what's happening here? So we stopped and we talked to this dude, and he recited some of The Raven. Now, there were some other gals, not from our group, not from the construction industry, just some gals in their hoochie mama clothes, right? So these gals were also excited to hear The Raven, but I don't think those gals realized just how long that poem is, because they were like, where's the nevermore? Nevermore, say nevermore. They were wanting him to say the part of the poem they knew, right? And he didn't get to it because it's a very long poem and he's not going to stand there and recite the entire thing when there's this entire promotion to do. I was excited because here among this whole construction industry event, there's an Edgar Allan Poe impersonator just pops up at random, right? So it was exciting for me. I thought it was cool. I got my picture with him, and this story reminded me of that because here was the impersonator and I was excited and I took from it excitement and joy and it was cool. But these other gals did not. Like, they were disappointed because it didn't have everything they wanted. So I think if you approach this book, the 12 Days of Christmas, Edgar Allan Poe's 12 Days of Christmas by Holly Michele, if you approach it as educational and fun and lighthearted, you will get a lot out of it. And I think I did. I got a lot out of it. It was educational. It was cool. It could be very cool for your 5 to 12-year-old reader. Okay. You can get a lot out of it. If you're like the hoochie mamas who just want to hear the Raven say nevermore, then you probably won't get a lot out of it. There. How's that, you guys? Now we have to put the 12 Days of Christmas, Edgar Allan Poe's 12 Days of Christmas, on our Christmas chart. For the Christmas Reading Challenge of 2024, I have created a Christmas cheer chart. The Christmas cheer chart is going to help us rate and track all of the Christmas cheer that we are undergoing as we read through the Christmas Reading Challenge this year. As you can see, we have a sliding scale that we can work on. I am going to be rating all of our books and stories based upon their festiveness and their reason for the season. I want to know how much festiveness is in the book and how much reason for the season is in the book. Our festiveness is going across this axis, and we're going to have dry fruitcake to a display, a light display that you can see from space. All right, this is our festiveness scale. And then our reason for the season scale is on this axis. We have forgotten manger down here, all the way to 5 stars of Bethlehem in our reason for the season. So Edgar Allan Poe, I'm not sure that there was a whole lot of reason for the season in the Edgar Allan Poe 12 Days of Christmas. There was quite a lot of festiveness. So we're going to be in this quadrant, in probably this quadrant. We have forgotten manger, but a lot of festiveness. So I'm going to put him somewhere down in this quadrant, right kind of smack in the middle. How's that look? Nice? Okay. We have a lot of books to go and a lot of Christmas cheer to chart. You guys, thumbs up for Christmas cheer. Thumbs up for Edgar Allan Poe, who is awesome. Nevermore.